Hello, viewers. Welcome back to AWS reInvent 2024 Highlights. This is John from Cloud Tech Insights. In today's session, we'll be talking about one of the features and one of the announcements made by Matt Garman and Andy Jassy yesterday, a feature that's added to Bedrock called model distillation. And this concept has been in this Gen AI space for a long time, but now it's a few clicks away on Amazon Bedrock where you can train a small model with a bigger model on your console. So let's quickly start with what is model distillation. To put it very simple, it's teaching a lightweight model using a heavy model, something like Llama 405B or Nemo models or the Nova Premier models, to generate synthetic data based on a certain prompt provided by the user. It generates the data, it trains the smaller model, and then the smaller model is trained to be answering the questions around a very specific. So let me repeat that again. It becomes a very specific topic. It might not give you a general answer. It will be biased. It will be focused on the particular context and the topics and the questions and the data that you feed smaller model with. So which means there are advantages, like you can start using the lighter models for hosting, and which brings down the cost of inference significantly, and you will see a faster response. But you have to keep this in mind that the model will be focused on the context and it will be biased to that particular topic. So whatever you're training the model, you got to be careful, and that is going to show up on the inference. So is it for all the use cases? No, I wouldn't say it's for all the use cases. It's for very specific use cases, especially if you have an agent that is handling a certain task and it needs a super context information about that particular task. That's when you use the model. That's when you use model distillation. Or you have a very specific customer queries or a customer service agent that works with the customer on a very particular product. Yes, that's an area that you can use synthetic data and train the model and use those model distillation features within Bedrock. And Bedrock has made it much easier. Like a few clicks on the console, you can start building those distilled models and can be used for inference. And it brings down the cost of the ownership, and also gives you a faster response, and thereby you don't need any heavy compute behind the scene to handle the distilled models. So without much conversation, let's quickly dive into the console and see how that feature works. So the following table shows the models that are supported and the corresponding regions that it supports model distillation. So it shows the Anthropic model is part of it, where the Opus is the teacher and the Sonnet is the student. Now Sonnet can also be a teacher and Haiku can be a student. So this is how you can train a lighter model to handle some of the very specific contextual questions. And then again, 405B is supported, 70B is supported as a teacher model, and the latest models, the Nova Pro, is supported, and it can teach the light models and 8B models in US East regions. So there are some prerequisites part of the Amazon Bedrock model distillation. You have to pick a teacher model. Only the compatible models will be available, and then choose a student model, and then prepare the input data set. This is very important. What are the data prompts that you are sending the models has to be in a certain format, and this is how the format looks like. These are the prompts, and this is separated by a semicolon and the curly braces. So in that way, you can have some of these information ready to go on your S3 bucket, and you can point the S3 file and then kickstart the model distillation, where it starts prompting the larger model, get the response back, and the same response will be stored in an S3 location. And the response is then used to train the lighter weight models. Okay, that's how this works. We are on the Amazon Bedrock console, and under custom model, you can see the distillation. Again, before going to the custom model, you want to make sure you have access to these models. So go to the model access page and request access to these models. So this is the custom models page, and you can see a new option, which is in the preview phase. I want to repeat that it's in the preview phase, and you can create a distillation job. I can say distillation job, and then you can give the training job name, training distillation job, so it understands it's from the same distillation. And you can add tags if needed. And now you pick the teacher model. So I've just requested access only to the Nova Pro model. So I'm just going to select the Nova Pro here, the Nova Pro, and I'm going to select the student model. So I'm going to pick the Micro, which is the lightest model. And now I pick this teacher and the student model. Now comes the synthetic data generation step. So you can provide the maximum response length here and provide the input data set. So like I said, the input data set should be on an S3 location, and you can have it, it should be in a certain format like this. This should be the format, and once the location is chosen, you can kickstart. You got to also provide a bucket to get the output of these matrices. So once the training matrix output is a location, you can create your own service user, existing service role, or a new service role. And once that options are selected, you can hit the distillation job. So what it does, it creates the synthetic data based on the prompts from the teacher model, which is the Nova Pro, and then it trains the student model, which is the Micro, with the output from Nova Pro, and it trains the model. Now the Micro model becomes a very specific model, a custom model that can provide a very custom response based on the training data set. And this is how the model is distilled. And once the more features are out, I'm just going to show the complete end-to-end demo. For now, I just want to show you how the console works, how it is done, how easy it is in few steps. You're training the model and getting the model out for inferences, and fraction of a cost of using a larger models. With that said, I'm wrapping up the session. In the next few videos, I'll be highlighting some of those latest features amongst Bedrock, SageMaker. All the announcements are ongoing right now. So I'll keep you posted on the latest features and additions in the Gen AI space within AWS. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for the latest information. Thank you for watching. Signing off, John.